Liverpool's summer business is showing no signs of slowing down, with movement expected once again in the defensive department. As the transfer window edges towards its conclusion, one situation in particular has begun to gather pace, and the latest developments suggest that change could be coming sooner rather than later. Let's break this down in today's video, along with all the other Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. But first, Giovani Leoni will begin training with the Liverpool squad next week, with the £26 million centre-back now eligible to make his first team debut. With no first-team fixture until next Monday away to Newcastle, Leoni is able to take some time to settle in the UK before training resumes. Arne Slot is set to welcome his players back at the AXA Training Centre on Tuesday, as preparations begin for the first away trip of the new campaign. We'll train Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, so it's a nice week to come into the group. We have quite a long week towards Newcastle, the head coach told his latest signing on Friday. Leoni should be available against Newcastle bar any late fitness issues, and the teenager could take a place on the bench as he is considered an immediate first-team option. Leoni's switch from Parma to Liverpool was only made official hours before kickoff in the opening game of the Premier League campaign. Owing to registration rules, the 18-year-old was therefore not able to feature, though in all likelihood Slot would not have considered him even if the paperwork was completed in time. Instead, Leoni watched the 4-2 win over Bournemouth from the stands at Anfield, sitting in the area typically occupied by club officials and guests in the main stand. The Italian met some of his teammates after the game and was pictured standing alongside Alisson, with Slot pointing out the height difference between the goalkeeper and the lofty defender. Leoni is of course eligible to feature for the under-21s, but it is unlikely he will be called upon for their league opener against Leicester on Monday night. That would impact on his involvement in senior training the following day, at a time when Leoni will be looking to make a strong first impression on Slot, his staff and the squad. Liverpool were boosted by the return of Joe Gomez for the win over Bournemouth, and he came off the bench to play the final 18 minutes at right back. With Connor Bradley sidelined and Jeremy Frimpong feeling the effects of his Premier League debut, being brought off after an hour due to a hamstring complaint, the number 2 will be required for cover at right back. But ahead of an expected move for Crystal Palace captain Mark Guehi, Slot does at least not have 4 established options at centre-back and starters, Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahima Konate, and backups Leoni and Gomez. Now in an accelerated defender deal, Liverpool's summer rebuild is far from finished as the transfer window ticks into its final 2 weeks. Richard Hughes has been at the heart of the Reds' business and his influence has already been felt. The sporting director has overseen smart recruitment, but arguably his sharpest work has come on the selling front. From trimming the squad to banking sizable fees, Hughes has shown a ruthless edge that Liverpool have sometimes lacked in previous windows. The standout deal so far? A £25 million agreement with Bournemouth for Ben Doak, an eye-catching fee for a player still on the fringes of first-team football. It's the kind of sale that underlines Hughes' efficiency and keeps the Reds' financial model ticking. And yet, the outgoings aren't over. Kostas Tsimikas is now firmly in the spotlight. The Greek international was absent from Liverpool's win over Bournemouth on Friday, and the omission was no coincidence. According to Fabrizio Romano, Tsimikas is edging closer to the exit, with Liverpool even prepared to sanction a loan move before the window shuts. Kostas Tsimikas' exit expected to accelerate, as Liverpool could also open to potential initial loan proposals, Romano reported on Sunday night. Signed for just under £12 million back in 2020, the 29-year-old has provided dependable cover for Andy Robertson, but never fully displaced him. Now under Arne Slot, Tsimikas finds himself third in the pecking order. New signing Milos Kerkez has been installed as first choice. Robertson remains a key figure, and the Greek fullback has been left without a clear role. His situation makes Liverpool's negotiating position tricky. While the club have generated impressive sums from departures this summer, Tsimikas is unlikely to command a significant fee. With that in mind, a loan appears increasingly realistic, a short-term solution that leaves Liverpool with flexibility. By next summer, when Robertson's contract is set to expire, the Reds could either cash in on Tsimikas permanently or reintegrate him as Kerkez's understudy if Robertson departs. For now though, the outcome seems inevitable. After 5 years of loyal service, Tsimikas looks set to close the Anfield chapter of his career before the window shuts. In other news, Alisson has insisted nobody talks about the challenge Liverpool are facing with integrating so many new signings, despite the obvious quality they bring. It has been an unprecedented summer for Liverpool in terms of changes to the squad, with a host of key players departing and 9 new faces arriving so far. 4 of those started in Friday's opener against Bournemouth, with Milos Kerkez lining up against his former club, and Florian Wirtz, Hugo Ekitike, and Jeremy Frimpong all making their Premier League debuts. That meant big changes in every area of the pitch, not least in front of Alisson, with a very different dynamic to work with at full back. Speaking to NBC Sports after the 4-2 victory, the goalkeeper admitted it was a big challenge, adjusting to so many changes to the squad, albeit one he and his teammates were embracing. I think it's hard. Not many people talk about the changes we had in the team, he said. Everybody said how good our team is becoming with new players coming in, but nobody talks about the challenge that this is. It is a big challenge. Last season we had the challenge of changing manager, but you keep the players so you know each other. You just have to keep the same way of playing. The manager was smart in the way he did that, and also implementing new things. It was easy for us to understand. But having new players to come in and changing a lot today, Ryan, who is a really important player for us, didn't play as well, but everybody did amazingly well. I think for them to play, for Jeremy, for Flo, and for Hugo, playing for the first time in the Premier League, you have the physicality that's a little bit different, the intensity. But they showed up so well today, they played amazingly well. Of course with our help, but they showed that their qualities are at the standard of Liverpool FC. Liverpool head into the new campaign as overwhelming favourites for the title, not only as they are reigning champions, but largely due to the amount of money they have spent. It will be a huge challenge for us, not only because of the level of the league, but for the changes, players with top quality who left us, the Brazilian continued. But I trust our team, I trust our players, I trust our manager, I trust the plan, that we are capable of doing great things. But we know that we have to play every game thinking that it's the final, the most important game. We did that tonight. We want to win a game playing well, in a smooth way. But if that doesn't happen, you have to force it the way we did. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. We post all the latest Liverpool news every day, so join our fast growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.